Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again this week. Another late night one for me. Got 7 comics this week, but 2 of them were big ones, magazine size. But let's start out with my top of the printer. Museum comics that I leave on the top of my printer to look at all week. We got an issue of Ghost. What issue is this? Ghost number 9. I don't even know what year this is from. It's from the 2010s or something. An Adam Hughes cover. I think he did a lot of Ghost covers back in the 90s and things. And this is Master of Kung Fu, number 98. This is Mike Zeck penciling and Gene Day inking. I like both of their contributions to Master of Kung Fu. Zeck did some nice issues and Gene Day did some nice issues too. And I'll put these 2 away and pull out 2 more. And let's see what I got at the comic shop this week. I got issue number 6 of The Sire Rebirth Part 1. I believe this is the last issue in this particular miniseries by Mike Books. Mike Dolce has been working on this series for a while. He writes it, written, drawn, and lettered by Michael Dolce. Oh, I guess he drew this whole issue. He's been drawing some of it on and off. He hires other people to draw it at times too, and so I think he might be the 3rd artist on this 6-issue series. I commend him for being able to get a comic out. Wow. So this is a guy, Sire, who has some suit that gives him superpowers, but the suit makes him hunt down other superpowered people to see if they're worthy, and if they're not, the suit takes their powers. So it's a interesting little series. It's a very 90s influence too, but not in an over the top way. Not in a let's embrace the over the topness of the 90s. Then we got Rogue Sun. What issue is this? Number 19. Interesting cover on this one. A nice playing card motif. I think Rogue Sun. I haven't seen an issue of Rogue Sun in a while. I think he's finally got his body back. This must be the start of a new story. He's got this armor that gives him power, and later he found out the other Rogue Sons throughout time were still in the armor and can talk to him, and one of them took over. Who's doing this? Writer Ryan Parrott and Nick Cotton. Artist Marco Renna, colorist Natalia Marquez, Becca Carey, a letterer. Been a fun series. 19 issues in and still enjoying it. I don't know what they're going to start here with this new storyline. We'll have to see. Is there a name to it? But oh, look, there's a flip book. We got that cover and that cover. I see. I think their heads change place. That must be the old Rogue Sun and the new Rogue Sun. Then we've got Tony Fleece and Tim Seeley, Local Man number 10. Oh, this is the modern cover. Another flip book. Wow. This is the 90s sort of Image Comics cover, which there's always a backup story in. Nice art. I always like the art on this. Tony Fleece, the artist. Farmington art by Tony Fleece with colors by Brad Simpson. And Seeley and Fleece are the right. And I think Seeley does the 90s backup. He draws that too. But story of a guy who used to be in a super team and disgraced himself and got kicked out of the super team, and he has to move back to his old hometown. Hence, he's now a local man. Well done comic. Then we got issue 17 of Grimm. This one's getting up there in issues too. Oh, that's our 80s hair rocker who's a Grim Reaper now. This is the story of started out a bunch of Grim Reapers, but one of the Grim Reapers turned out to be the daughter of Death or something like that. And Death died, and now she has to take over Death, but she doesn't want to. Then they went down to hell, got trapped in hell. This might be his story. Because I think last issue was the story of another guy, like one of the team, this priest. It was like the whole issue was his story. So this whole issue might be this guy's story, I'm guessing, just by flipping through and looking at the cover. Then we've got from the creators of Stray Dogs. Oh, did I say who did this one? Hold on. Stephanie Phillips and Flaviano Enrico Renzi. I like to name the creators. Then maybe I learn their names a little better. From the creators of Stray Dogs, Feral, Tony Fleece again. I think he's writing this one, or writer, artist, Trish Forster and Tone Rodriguez, color, Brad Simpson. And this is the story of these house cats who kind of get dumped outside unexpectedly, and now they're in the woods amidst this crazy rabies outbreak. It's kind of a zombie story with the rabies taking place of zombies, because it's some extra virulent form of rabies, and all the animals in the woods were catching the rabies, and the humans were in suits trying to catch and kill all the animals before the rabies spreads. Meanwhile, I think there's 3 cats are trying to make it back home. Good stuff. And then we have The Forged, issue number 8. Who's this? Rucka, Troutman, Henderson, Woodard, and Marr. So this has been the story. Let me crack this open. They put it in a bag for me. I got to get rid of this non-removable label. Use one of my tiny little removable labels. Nice sci-fi story, big. I like the magazine format on this. They're really taking advantage of it, giving us some big wide pages. And there's this squad who are 5 female mech soldiers, and there's this whole complicated backstory with they just discovered a new dimension. The Empire is like run by these, I don't know what they are, psychic queen and all sorts of stuff. There's political intrigue going on. Meanwhile, they use some sort of hyperspace drive to go from place to place. They found out, I forget what they call they found out these intelligent things are living in hyperspace, and now like a war has started between the humans, or maybe the war may have but they're not sure if they're in a war with these hyperspace beings. But they're acting like it. And so they're trying to get info and trying to figure out how do you fight somebody who lives in hyperspace. You know, that they have to go through hyperspace to reach all faraway places where their empire is. But these things live in whatever that space is. So it's been a fun, what issue we're on? 8, a fun 7 issues. I'm sure this 8th issue is good too. And I'm really enjoying this magazine format, I have to say also. Speaking of, I like it better than this square bound format. But this is, I really like it's got a lot of gloss on this cover. This is, who did this cover? There's 3 covers. Oh, Kelly Jones. And this was kind of the scariest to me. White Boat. It's Scott Snyder and Francesco Francavilla. Not a huge Scott Snyder fan, but I like Francesco Francavilla's art. Though I gotta say, I just saw the first, these distillery ones. The first hardcover is coming out of a distillery one. That one by Tula Lute and somebody else's name I can't remember all of a sudden. That one's coming out in hardcover, you know, for nearly the same price as buying these individual issues. And I'm like, you know, I don't know if I want these I picked up this one just for the heck of it, but I don't know if I'm going to buy all of them just because they run $9 an issue. I don't really like this square bound format. I think I'd rather have it in a hardcover for the same price, all of them. I mean, so that one I might wait. This one I might wait for and get the hardcover. Same with the rest of these distillery ones. I just, you know, I'm okay. Like I said, I prefer the saddle stitched magazine to the square bound one, just because this doesn't open up all the way. They don't always open up as well as the magazines do, but you know, we'll see. We show you a little bit of artwork. I don't think I've shown you one of these in a while. What are we up to here? 232. Dreams of Things. I like that blue and I like the way that magenta bounces off the blue. It's just our strange little person with their head poking out in this. I don't know what that is. Is she in water fire? Fire water? I don't know what that is. It's a dream. It's a dream. Walking the edges of the dream world and bringing things back. There we go. I also, if you can see down there, made a couple more of these where I put them on actual comics. Like this one is, what do we got here? I just like making these sometimes for fun. Dreams of Things 156. Got my web comic from Radiant Comics back on the back cover. Couple of my illustrations on the front. Oh, and this was the Saga 25-cent issue, number 43. They printed so many of them, I got some extra just to make my own way back when. Just to make my own, put my own covers on if I wanted to. So, made that one. Made Dreams of Things 157 also. So, I got 4 of these. I got 4 of these made now. Just for the heck of it. Don't know what I'm going to do with them. Whoops. That one fell down. Stay. Put those back up there to hold it up. Alrighty. There you go. Some artwork, some comic books, and you guys have a good week out there.